You can sit down. I'm going to stand so he can hear
What
me
are you
properly.
saying? You've got a mouthful of food?
Yeah, you should be good right there. You're in frame.
We are live.
You want to stand right between.
We will see how many people join us today. But I'm Dustin from Ghost Media Entertainment. And I've got my little co-host here. Her name is Zelda from Zelda's World of Music. She is 9 years old. She loves doing these interviews, and she's just absolutely amazing when it comes to asking those serious questions and making sure that we are just being goofy.
The hard-hitting questions, huh, Zelda? You get into the real heart of the journalism, right? Yeah, cool.
And she's still shoving her mouth full of
The banana bread is good.
banana bread. I won't eat it though because it's full of chocolate chips, and I don't like chocolate chips. Pull this up. I'm gonna grab my phone.
You picking up any of the background noise, or can you hear us okay?
Yeah, we can hear you good. Yeah, perfect. I'm gonna get this shared on wherever I can share it, really. Zelda, do you want to start with some of your questions? You still have a mouthful of food? No? All right. Well, we'll have you guys introduce yourselves. We like to see what you do for the band and then any fun facts you want to give about yourself.
I'm Travis. I sing, play guitar, and a few other many things for Scars. But fun fact about me is that I am a Panthers fan through and through, and I am used to living in misery.
All right.
He means misery, not like the state of Missouri, like we were.
Misery, not misery. No.
I guess with that, that'll be me. I'm Jim Clarity. I play drums for Scars. Fun fact for me. What is a fun fact about me? Help me out.
I mean, you're beautiful, you're smart, you're strong.
Smart, strong. I like all those.
If you ever need like a screwdriver or some WD-40, he's your guy.
Yeah, I'm the
Or a
Boy
ratchet
Scout of the
strap.
group, I would say.
Yeah.
See, I'm glad I asked you guys because I was just going to say I'm old.
Yeah, that's fitting. That's fitting.
Yeah, you're old. Hey, I'm Kyle. I'm the guitar player for Scars. Fun fact about me, I can dunk a basketball. Yeah, we have a basketball goal.
Fun live.
Oh, this is a two tricks to the Y account. Fun facts. Not. All right. Well, I'm Eddie. I play bass for Scars Rain. Fun fact about me, I'm a big NASCAR fan. We'll go with that.
Okay.
Being from Kannapolis, home of Dale Earnhardt, yeah, big NASCAR fan.
Free for day. Woo!
Oh, that's right. Turn left. Going fast. Yeah.
But we're a hard rock, maybe verging on post-hardcore a band out of Charlotte, North Carolina, and you'll be seeing us a lot soon. I have a feeling. So
Yeah, we've been hearing a lot of good things between you guys tagging us in posts and Missy from what is it, Creative Music Management, right?
yeah.
We've seen a lot about you guys here recently, and we're super excited to get into everything that you have going on, which we'll kind of dive into that here in a few minutes. But one of the starting questions I really like to ask is, how did you guys meet? How did the band get together?
Well, we've known Travis for a while in the local scene. Me and Jim were in a band together.
Andy was in that band too.
Well, we're going way back. We're going way back.
You should start this as Once Upon a Time.
Once upon a time, me and Jim.
Well, I guess
we want to start at the beginning. Me and Kyle went like through middle school and high school together.
We didn't get that much.
Then they were in a band. Then we were all in a band, and then we met Travis, and then we all became a band after that.
That it kind of came, and ultimately I think the name alludes to a lot of that. Is we've all been in bands throughout the music scene here in Charlotte and surrounding areas for a long time, and ultimately we kind of landed on the name when we started this project. It's got a little dual entendre, if you will. You know, we've all been part of projects before that may have fizzled out, or, you know, we all left, or whatever the case may be. So we're all scars of projects that are left behind. And, you know, in turn, a lot of the songs we write are pretty painful, or, you know, carry some weight as far as some of the personal experiences we've all been through. So as far as meeting, honestly, we couldn't have asked for a better group of guys to get together and play music with, because Jim was on our wish list for a long time. No offense to, you know, the previous guys that have come before him, but when we started this project, Jim, this guy right here. Jim was on the wish list, and unfortunately, he was like on the island of forbidden toys, and we couldn't get to him. But finally, you know, all the stars aligned, and I think this is the best iteration of this that we've been able to pull off.
Awesome. Now, how long have you guys been together?
And that's seven in total, 7 years as a project. With this iteration, this is year 3. Yeah, we're going to year 3. Wow. Yeah,
I'm old. It goes back quick.
Yeah. So this
Awesome.
lineup.
Now, when did you start to see changes in your following?
I would say it was about. I could almost mark the show. We had an opportunity to play with Nonpoint at a show here in our hometown, where we got to be direct support for Nonpoint on a show coming through town, and we really started to gain some like real traction at that point. And then there for a little bit, like pretty much every national show that would come through town, we would get attached to, because we had that built-in Charlotte base, and then, you know, we started to really pick up on some of the other pieces. Then we kind of started pushing to Greensboro, and then into the Raleigh market, and then the Chapel Hill markets, and really it just kind of started to happen organically. And I think that 2 years ago was really the big stepping stone, where we even internally were like, what is happening? You know, and, you know, we just we took it and ran with it, man. You know, momentum is a crazy thing, and if you got to pick up on the wind while it's at your back, right? And we just kind of spread our wings, and thankfully we've had a lot of great people behind us. Our team is incredible. You've already alluded to, you know, creative music management, and then the supporters that we have here in the Charlotte music scene really help us kind of put a stamp on what we're doing, and it feels good in the grand scheme of things. So it feels great.
And just, I think being from Charlotte kind of helps too, because we do have such a strong scene here, and all the local bands here are very supportive of each other. It's a really cool environment to be a part of, and I think all that coupled with just, you know, trying to do the best thing we can do musically, and trying to help other people. It's really just kind of, you know, what they say, all ships rise.
Rising tides will raise all ships.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, Zelda, I'm gonna knock you down like 10 IQ points.
Wait till I start talking. You're the quiet one.
Well, that's awesome. I know you guys got some big shows coming up. Can you tell us about well, one in particular, but I want to reference that a little bit later. I know you got some shows coming up. What are some of your favorite bands, some of your favorite local bands to play with at some of these shows?
It's honestly an unfair question, because as Jim alluded to, this scene is so talented, man. And honestly, it's really cool to be a part of. As somebody that's been a part of it for the better part of 15 years, watching what's happening right now is incredible. But I'll let you guys throw yourselves under the bus when you talk about your favorites, because I ain't doing that. Nope.
Thank you. So,
I mean, I'll throw in a couple of you. I got 50 Flies is always fun. They're always good, like great friends. We love playing with those guys. I mean, all the ones under creative music management are fun.
Strike the Tower.
Strike Tower, Dove Cage, AYMB. I mean, I'm sure I'm forgetting at least 2.
Antigone was one of my favorites.
Antigone, yeah. Like we have fun with basically all the shows we play. We meet some people we want to hang out with again and keep on playing with. And it's just nice to network that way. Just running people that, you know, feel the same way about music and have a good time doing it.
Yeah, I'm sure you've heard the old adage, you know, sprint with the ones who are sprinting, right? So, you know, we try to and help the people that are, you know, and pull a hand up, if you will.
We're just gonna be an interview of all cliches. Iron sharpens iron. It's
Sometimes people help us out too. They're like aren't even from around here. Like Demon Jones came through. We had a good time playing with him.
Yeah.
We play a lot of kind of off the beaten path shows like that. Like we just play with Craig Campbell, who's a country artist. We play with Petey Pablo.
Yeah, that's great.
We don't put ourselves in a box. We just want to play with people that are excited to do their thing and want to be networking and have a good time. Marshall Tucker.
It's like, what? Who would have thought this in a million years? I'm going to come out and scream the face off, and he's going to come tell you about what he can see.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, these mixed genre shows are starting to get more popular and popular as the days go on. Well, the bands that they were just referencing, like you said, Petey Pablo, he's like a hip hop rap artist, and they're like.
You doesn't know Petey Pablo?
Like metalcore.
We're also from North Carolina, so we're like, yeah.
I legit took my shirt off, rose it up, and spun it like a helicopter. Not gonna lie, no cap. No.
And then
That's not
the
proud of
other
it.
artists that they referenced were like country artists. So so when I say mixed genre, I'm saying like you're grabbing the attention of the whole audience. You know, there's going to be people there that are country fans, but they're also going to hear this rock band play, and that's a whole different ball game. They're going to learn the different genres. Yeah. You know, if they're anything like me, I listen to literally anything people throw at me.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Yeah.
people say that, and then, you know, people are like, well, do you listen to this? Well, yeah, I do. I enjoy it. It's not something I listen to every day, but like,
Right.
throw me a country artist and I'm going to listen to them. I'm going to enjoy their music. It's all about the vibe, you know.
Yeah,
You gotta
that's
get
it.
the vibe,
We like
and-
the vibe of y'all's band or whoever it is. We're down to work with you again and again. Like, you know, it's the same thing. If we don't like your vibe, then maybe we're not. But I feel like
Right.
we've been picking and choosing. We've been doing the right things. We've met a lot
Got
of
it.
cool people. But,
So
yeah,
if you're listening to this, Andy said it. If we didn't like your vibe, sorry, we don't talk to you anymore. We're kidding, totally. By the way, kind of. Andy might be serious, but the rest of us, that's not a
I'm
uniform.
just a bass player. It's a democracy.
I mean, you can always find a replacement for the band. I mean,
That's a touchy. You just hit a bruise on the apple, my friend.
I'm sorry. I was joking. I was obviously
No,
joking.
it's a brilliant joke. But, like, I had someone ask Travis if he needed a bass player, and I was literally standing right next to him. I'm like, no, it doesn't. I don't remember.
Bruce Stock, the first one.
I was like, no. So it's a running joke from there. Missy will fill you in on that. It's like, I'm just the bass player.
He literally had a hashtag running. It was just the bass player for the longest time, and then he became more than just the bass player. It's called growth, guys. It happens.
So out of all of these, okay, you guys were naming off some bigger artists. So not locally, some of the national artists you guys have opened for. What has been your favorite artist to open for?
I'd say it was Adelita for me.
That's a good show. I like Buck Cherry. Buck
Yeah.
Cherry was a great show.
Yeah.
I was
Say Puddle of Mud for me.
Shit.
I like Puddle of Mud. It was like 12 years old. Was like hell yeah. Like I was really excited to play for them.
Buck Cherry. I couldn't believe the stage show. Like I knew they were gonna. I liked their songs. I thought they were great, but I didn't realize that they put on such a show. And I walked away just with my jaw on the floor going, wow, this was amazing.
Especially that 13-minute iteration of Crazy.
Oh yeah. They took that to the heights. It was amazing.
They were really good.
No.
There was a slide. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
There was a full-on Boris Day in the Time slide.
Yeah.
And I was like, these guys are amazing. We gotta do that.
See, what you can't see here is on the other side of this. We're in our rehearsal room right now, but we have a full-length mirror that we work on our choreography. Unfortunately, when we get to the stage, many of the times it doesn't make it there, but we do work on it. I promise.
Right.
I've seen the video Scott took. Me and him did choreography on it.
We are locked in. Andy's over there.
I totally understand that, because like we'll sit here before an interview. Lately we haven't, but we'll sit here before an interview and just talk about the artist, listen to the music, and kind of get familiar with the band, because sometimes bands get thrown our way and we're just not familiar with them at all. And we'll sit there and we'll make a game plan, and then when we get on, we don't use any of it, and it still goes well. Yeah.
She reminds me so much of my daughter. I'm sorry to laugh, but she's got the same facial expressions. It's nuts.
I can tell you, if my daughter sees this, she's gonna be mad. Why don't we have a show, Dad? No, I don't know.
Good question.
Yeah, so the backstory behind Zelda and doing these interviews is, we were involved with a festival that didn't end up happening out of Kentucky. We're not going to dive into it or bring it up because it's a touchy subject for a lot of
It's
people.
one of those LTL kind of situations, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I decided, as I'm promoting this festival, because we were a part of it, we sponsored it, and we were doing a lot of planning around it with the volunteer crew and stuff like that. And so I'm pulling bands from this festival and I'm interviewing them. We had interviews every single day for 4 weeks straight. And my oldest son was like, Dad, I want to be a part of Ghost Media Entertainment. So I was like, okay, let's do it. I got all excited because he's obsessed with music, just like I am. And all he wanted to do was sit there and play on his phone the whole time. I'm like, bro, you got to ask questions. You got to be involved. Right. And so she would sit across from us and just watch us. And she's like, Dad, can I try? And
I took over Zeke.
she took over the spot, and
Wow, way to go.
Let's go.
Get
feeling
your
it ever since.
Let's go. Taking
So,
charge.
I'm gonna have to go through and count how many of these interviews you've actually done. I say this every time,
You said.
but I feel like we're coming up on 100.
Yes, we should. I feel like it too.
Like
90 something.
we've been doing these interviews. Our very first interview was with Tom Kiley from Patient 67.
No doubt.
That is a big band, and we rushed it. We completely bombed it. But Tom is such an amazing person that he was just like going with the flow and kind of helping us out and pushing us along and stuff like that. And I ended up talking to him afterwards, and he was like, this is my advice. And he gave me a lot of good advice, and we took that and we ran with it. And now we run completely different, it's phenomenal, the growth that we have shown. Not that I'm trying to brag on myself, but just in general, I wish this amount of confidence in anybody who's in my position. I wish this amount of confidence on bands that are performing. This is just, it's growth, as you guys
Just
said.
think of how much Zelda's learning, about how to handle herself in business and all that stuff. That's amazing.
Right. Well, that's the other thing is she's learning how to talk to people. She's learning how to not be shy. But at 9 years old, I mean, she's doing more with her life than at other 9-year-olds. I mean,
Well, to be fair,
in regards to this,
most 9-year-olds have their nose shoved in a tablet or a screen somewhere. So, kudos to you for seeing something there and nurturing that. And I think you and I have talked about that privately through chat, and it's really cool. And kudos to you, Zelda, for being receptive and helping your dad out, because he probably needs your help more than he wants to admit.
Oh, I tell her all the time. It's like
Every time I don't want to do an interview, he's like, "Are you sure? I need your help."
She boosts my confidence. When I'm by myself, I fumble over my words and I'm just like the whole time. But like with her here, it's a totally different vibe, and I wish, we could do this for the rest of our lives, work together and
You can. That's the thing. And I'm sure you tell your daughter this, but you just got to put your mind to it. You can do anything you want to. I'm not going to follow that up with the next part because it's not PC, but no, kudos to you guys, man. It's a really cool relationship to see what you guys have, and kudos to you for embracing that. It's really dope.
Well, thank you.
Well, thank you.
Why? Thank you.
Why? Thank you. So
I don't have my hat on.
Indubitably, indeed, my dear.
Indubitably.
Mm,
High society.
yes, indeed.
Yes, top drawer.
Feel bad. Those are the kind of stuff that goes in.
Because I do that stuff all the time.
You said you wanted to hang out, so you're getting the real us right now. Just giving you a heads up.
Hey, that's all we're looking for. You know,
We like
people are gonna watch this and they're gonna be like, that, like I said, that's the whole point, is we're bridging the gap between putting artists on a pedestal and being like, wow, their music is amazing, like fangirling and doing all that stuff. But that's one of my favorite things about doing this is you guys are human beings. You have a whole entire life on top of this. Before I started this business, I would fangirl over, like I met Zach from Shinedown, and I was like, holy crap, he just walked up to me, took a selfie and walked away, and then talked to us after the show. We met Jacoby Shaddix, and we ended up watching a whole set, Asking Alexandria set with him, and we were backstage passes. And
You did, but I'm
You-
so sad I didn't get to.
I know.
You just named like two of my idols, by the way. Yeah, between Jacoby and Danny.
Yeah,
Dan-
and Danny didn't want anything to do with us. I think he was
Oh.
focused on his set and he was in the zone. He just stared at us and walked by, but I can't, how it is when you're in the zone and you're ready to hit the stage, you're focused.
You got
You're
blinded.
laser
It's like that Ricky Bobby moment. Like, don't get in my way when I'm in autograph mode. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
just blinders. I gotta go. I got stuff to do today.
Yep. So I can't blame him for that. I see him on the socials and all that stuff, and he seems like a phenomenal guy. So, I can't.
Yeah,
blame-
you listen to some of his lyrics though. You can tell that he doesn't mind being alone.
Yeah.
There's some damaged material there, but that boy could sing me the ABCs, and I'd be like, yeah, that's amazing. No.
They got that new song coming out that's supposed to be super hard.
Yes.
Next month. Well, this month?
No.
May 29th or something like that. Asking
Yeah.
Alexandria.
Uh,
You act like you know. You don't know. You've not seen anything.
Asking Alexandria.
That's what we're talking about, little girl. Danny Warsaw.
Wait, what?
That's what this whole conversation's been about.
You'll get the names down eventually, Zelda. It's cool.
But not to keep on top of Danny, but like his versatility. He's put out rock albums, he's put out country albums, he's put out like blues albums, and just everything he can do is just phenomenal.
Yeah, and I want him to record an album of nursery rhymes so I can actually stand to listen to him instead of Coco Melon.
We feel that. Yeah, we switched from Cocomelon to Blippy.
Mickey
So
Mouse.
Oh my God.
Blippy and Mickey. So yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I'll tell you a fun fact about Blippy when we're not on a PC interview. Old
I've heard some
Stephen
stories.
Johns. Stephen Johns. Look it up, everybody. Just look it up. That's all you need to know.
But little girl, why don't you get into some of your questions? You
That
did you just break your finger? Well, I might hand the microphone over to her. She's done breaking her fingers.
Look, I didn't break my fingers.
Oh, good job. Super job. Very good job. We don't have all tape.
Hit me with the hard facts, Zelda. Hit me with the hard stuff.
Uh,
You act like you don't ask these questions every time.
yeah,
Twice a
but you
week.
said we're changing them.
Well, ask the ones
Just
that
get
you
that
want.
in
I'm
my
gonna pull up
mind.
the new ones right now.
So what is your favorite song to play live?
Well, it's got to be one of the new ones. We're actually getting ready to release the song in June.
Yep.
In June. It's called Stand and Fight. And it's going to go along with the video. But right now, that's my favorite one to play live right now. My favorite one's still one of the old ones. I like What You Give. I love playing that song.
Yeah, I think maybe it's just because it's new, but I'm with Kyle. Stand and Fight. I think I might like Through These Eyes too, but both new ones.
As a vocalist, because I get to scream the whole time, my favorite new one is also a new one. And this one will be coming out later this year called Write the Story. But it's the heaviest song we've ever written. And I get to scream the whole time. So it's amazing.
What is your least favorite song to sing?
Least favorite song to sing. And I'm going to say this because it's the hardest one for me to sing and do it consistently. It's our first like big release that we've ever done. And it's a song called Disease. It's so hard to pull off on a consecutive basis and be able to do it the right way.
For me, it's probably I'll say maybe Rabbit Hole. Well, same reason. It's tough, and I even after almost 3 years, I'm still playing it different. Like I'm always like kind of changing it a little bit, just trying to tweak it because I'm never quite happy with it. But that's probably the one that I like the least.
I really hadn't thought about it until you asked me that. I guess I go with Jim, like Rabbit Hole, just because it's kind of slow, like on the bass side. It's real, like it's not really moving. It's just holding the back moving. It's a good song. It is a weird beat. I don't know how. Me and Jim keep it together though.
It's all time. The whole thing is all time.
I'll take another thing too for me, like little fun fact for more fun facts.
Fun fact.
Write this down. Travis actually writes a good bit of the drum parts for almost all the songs. And I dare to say almost maybe all of them. And that was one where he had gone in and with initial recording pre-programmed it. And then if I like him, I just try to do what he's got because it sounds good. But the bad part is the pre-programmed stuff isn't always easy to play. And sorry. So that's part of the reason is it's such a hard time for me to try to match what he wrote, but it's also a challenge at the same time. So it's I kind of like it for that, but at the same time it's difficult.
Now, you guys brought up the writing process.
You don't get an answer. No, you're good.
You guys brought up the writing process, and that's one of my favorite questions to ask because it seems like everybody has the same answer, but also it's completely different. What is the writing process that you guys go through when creating a song?
I mean, it really varies. Kyle and I think I'd say we're the primary songwriters for pretty much, for what we do. I have this psychosis where I won't send a song to these guys unless it's fully fully produced. Yeah, and so I'll go into straight psychosis mode until 3 a.m. after we record a demo of something and be like, all right, I'm sending you a fully fleshed out song idea. And then there are times that we come in the room and just things happen organically. And honestly, those are some of my favorite songs to play, even though, those other ones I have a bit of an investment in of time and those kind of pieces. But I mean, it really varies. It's I'd say about half of what we've got been written organically, and the rest is we wrote and tore it down and rewrote it and then tore it down again and then took pieces of this and applied it to this. All in all, it kind of varies, man, depending on kind of the availability of everybody. And I tend to take way too much time doing that though, because I'll be like, hey, I did this. I spent 16 hours on this. Do you guys like it? And they're like, no. And I'm like,
Something, but I don't know what it means. We write Disease in like one practice, essentially. It's funny how it works out that way.
Yeah. Pull an all-nighter, give it to the band, and they're like, "What'd you think of that song?" It's
cool.
Pretty sure you got something better in there.
You can do it better. Yeah. All right. Cool. I'm not gonna do anything else for 2 months. Okay. Cool. All right. No.
My feelings hurt. My feelings.
Or it's not your best work.
It's fair. It's all right. I'll take this.
It's okay.
This is rosacea, not embarrassment. I promise.
You don't know anything about embarrassment, do you?
I'm already embarrassed.
Always embarrassed. All right, this next question has a big word in it, so. Yep, that's right.
Who would you most like to collaborate with?
Painter, tool.
Oh, God. Let's write a 13-minute song.
It's gonna be good.
What about you, Andy? You got a collab?
Yeah, I really hadn't thought about it that much. A favorite? I'm gonna go with Beartooth right now.
Oh,
I'm gonna throw that out there. What about that? I don't know.
What?
We're like the same genre. It doesn't make any sense. So that's what came to mind.
That'd be a dope, dude. Caleb Schwimmer is an incredible vocalist. If we pull off a collab with Beartooth,
I'm not saying there's a reason for it, but that would be cool. That's all I'm saying. It would be awesome.
I heard Travis the other day when we played with Petey Pablo, he was trying to pull off a collab with him. And I was like, that would be cool.
not trying. I'm not trying to brag here, but Petey Pablo approached us about doing a collab.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have his phone number in my phone.
Hey, go to the drop names, Greg.
I've seen it with my own.
Do you want to pass that phone number along? That'd be kind of a cool interview.
I'll screenshot it. I got to black it out. I've been, so.
That might be kind of cool.
But for me, honestly, if I could collab with anybody in music, it would be Jeremy McKinnon. He's always been a big idol of mine. A Day to Remember is one of my longtime favorite bands. And I think that our voices could blend well together. So I would absolutely, never mind. That's really terrible to say out loud. I would trade a lot of things to do that.
Is that a funny one? She just came across the fan question and she is dying.
Does it have anything to do with Andy's underwear?
No.
Yes, yes. Andy, this single lady. Don't tell me.
Are you ready?
Do you sing in the shower? What song?
For me, it's Chandelier by Sia.
That is like my third favorite song of all time.
It's a great song. And it
That is
really
my guilty pleasure song, along with that Miley Cyrus one, Party in the USA.
I mean, that was pretty, that was a little weird, bro. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. What's your go-to sing song?
In the shower?
Yeah.
Man, it's probably big like Bon Jovi, like anthemic, you know?
Like you're talking like Living on a Prayer or like
No, like love songs.
I don't know, I put on Pandora. I'm still rocking Pandora. I know it's bad.
It's 2023.
It's bad. But it's either like Chris Stapleton, Bruno Mars, Day to Remember. It could be literally anything.
It's like nothing. I don't even sing in the bathroom. I'm
I
sorry.
don't care. Whatever comes on the Pandora, I'm singing it in the shower. Is what I'm saying.
His phone's dead.
It's just they hold me up.
Kyle doesn't sing in the shower. He's quiet.
Set the mood, get some candles going, and you can't really sing to jazz music. So I like to listen to jazz, cool jazz. Like,
Oh yeah.
It's a good one to my home library. It smells of rich mahogany and leather-bound books. Sorry.
I thought for sure this out shower.
I usually just practice goblin noises in the shower. Just laughing because it's true.
Laughing because she knows it's true. It's funny because it's true.
See, I've always wanted to learn how to scream, and like for the past 6 months, it's like I'm figuring it out, but like I still don't know what I'm doing, you know?
As somebody who's taken a long time to learn how to do it properly, it's painful to start.
Yes. I learned that. You know,
I can't believe it.
So you'll notice these guys shuffling right here. So Kyle has this unnecessary fixation
It's a
on
tick.
touching Jim's cymbals. And Jim will polish his cymbals all pretty and get them all ready to go. And he'll look at Kyle and be like, "Don't touch them." And this is the first thing Kyle, I mean, it's just like a kid in a hot stove. Kyle's like, "I'm going to touch it."
this whole conversation just reminds me of Step Brothers.
Yeah. Did you just did you talk about that?
Did you touch my drum set?
Pretty much. Honestly, like that pretty well describes our dynamic in this room. Like, except for there's 4 of us instead of 2. Especially like I'm gonna try to stay kid friendly.
Oh, she's used to it. Trust me. We've interviewed people that they cannot control their mouth, period. And they're like, they apologize every single time. And she's like, bro, chill. It's fine. I'm used to it. Have you met my dad?
Got 2 little girls at home. So Kyle's got a little girl at home. Jim's got a little girl at home. So Andy's got a lot of girls at home. They're just not little. You know what I'm saying? So we try to keep it PC, because if my kids watch this, I just don't want to be like, Daddy said a bad word.
Right? Yeah, we try as well. I've got 5 kids, if you guys didn't know. She's the middle at 9 years old. So we try to watch our mouths, but at the same time that it slips out.
Can't hold it.
The F word is so emphatic. It can change a sentence. It can help you portray what you need to portray. It can make something seem not so serious, seem pretty serious. Or you could just be like, that instead of being like, it's stupid. And when you say it's F, you're like, yeah, that's pretty messed up, bro.
But what's funny is, like, we don't cuss in any of our songs.
Yeah,
There's
which
not
is
a single
funny.
cuss word in any of our songs. And we actually, like, we love it when we have a lot of small children with like earmuffs come up, and your daughter sang on stage with us.
There's not a cuss word in any of our songs.
No, we didn't really cuss on stage either. I don't know.
I tried to.
But if you have a conversation with us, it
Totally
comes off.
different story. Yeah. No, that's awesome. That is one of my favorite things to do, is take the kids to shows. This last show I went to,
Show.
I would not have taken them to, but do you want to tell them about your first show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to hear.
All right, I'm going to switch up. I'm going to ask you questions now. So Zelda, what was your first show that you ever went to?
So I was 5. I went to I saw Papa Roach,
Yeah.
Asking Alexander, Bad Wolves, and there's one more we never figured out.
And what did you do after the show?
I got to see the drummer for Bad Wolves, and I got to meet him.
Nice. Yes. That's
And the
got
guitar
So,
players.
so Doc and John,
Yeah.
and little does she know, they've got a show coming up about 20-30 minutes away from us at the Eclectic Room, where you saw Eva Under Fire.
Ah.
And you
Another
remember
great
how
band.
small that venue was.
Yes, but it was amazing.
So that is going to be a birthday present. I just gave it away.
Oh, birthday to Go ahead, drop that mic, Dad. Go ahead, just drop it. Just drop it. Cool. We'll see you later. That was
This is the first time hearing about it. We
Congratulations.
didn't know if
Zelda.
it could be a reality, but we're gonna make it a reality. She's gonna get to see Doc
I'm
and
crying.
John again.
I'm crying.
That's the next question is, so now what are you gonna do to make it better than the last one?
Well, you're gonna have to wear a prettier dress.
Prettier dress for sure.
So what had happened is so we were at this show, and she's obsessed with the song Zombie. So when she found out that they did a cover of it, I put her up on my shoulders, and she was wearing this polka dotted dress and
With a shiny jacket.
a shiny gold jacket.
And they noticed me straight away. They saw my golden jacket. They noticed me straight away. Yeah.
So I put her up on my shoulders, and she's singing Zombie, and it was Doc's girlfriend just happened to be standing next to us, and we didn't know she was there. We just thought she was just a normal everyday
Normal
patron.
person.
And so when we met them out back, this is at 20 Monroe Live in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Yeah.
So we ended up meeting the guy who cooks food for Papa Roach
Roach, yeah.
anytime they come to Michigan. Excuse me.
Is Papa Roach gonna be there?
No.
No.
So we ended up meeting the guy, and he's like, I'll give you a little secret. You go stand behind the venue. As soon as the show gets out, book it. because they try to get out of the venue as quickly as possible to try to get back to the hotel and avoid all of these people, but they love talking to everybody at the same time. So we booked it and we went to behind the venue and we
I got
ran
to meet
into
Papa Roach,
John and
John and
Doc.
Doc.
and the girlfriend came out and she said, I saw you singing, Zombie. And she was so excited. And they noticed her because of that gold jacket. So now we're going to have to figure something out and
Get something shinier.
get something more noticeable.
Yeah.
I gotta say that was I mean this like with wholeheartedly like watching that just happen was amazing. Like that just warmed my whole heart. That was awesome. Like bro, yes.
See, these kids, they're obsessed with music. And I try not to make these interviews about myself or my business or anything like that. But like at the same time, we try to be personable. But these kids, they're just so obsessed with music. It's unreal. They have the passion that I have, which is so exciting. Our 6-year-old is obsessed with Ronnie Radke and Falling in Reverse and all of that, which
Papa Roach.
he doesn't know anything about Ronnie Radke, so I can't, crush his dream. But
Just take him a laptop, he'll be fine. Maybe and also cut off the air conditioning. Anyway, hey, Kyle has a question for you, Zelda.
Have you started playing a musical instrument yet?
What?
Have you started playing a musical instrument yet?
No.
what do you do?
I do sing karaoke. I did sing karaoke. When are we gonna find a
Well,
place?
since we just moved back, we haven't looked for a place yet because we're more focused on getting settled and all of that stuff. But
What's your
go
go-to
ahead and tell
song?
them what you sing.
I sang "Fly Me to the Moon" by Frank Sinatra, and
Alright.
I also sang "Bad Wolves" or Cranberries.
Wow.
Okay.
And so does the
She
person
means zombie,
Zombie. Yeah.
Does the
and
person
she
vote-
likes to sing Bob Seger, old timer rock and roll.
What else? Backstreet Boys.
She likes
Which one though? Like I want it that way.
Everybody.
Oh,
we sing everybody, and I want
As
it
a
that
whole
way.
family. Yeah. What else do I sing? I forgot what else I sang.
those good Harveys though, by the way.
Can't do that
Yeah,
last.
what else do I Yeah, I think that's it.
That's amazing though.
But of all the bands that you've met, aren't the drummers always the coolest?
I think so. I am a very crappy drummer, but I can keep a beat.
Yeah, I know you can. Every time we're at a concert,
No,
Andy says I'm leading the witness, but
drumming on the table. Every time we're at a concert, drumming on the table.
yes.
Yep. Yeah, so I grew up playing the drums. I picked up the guitar, I picked up the bass, I picked up the piano, but I've never actually had time to actually sit down and play anything. I learned all the basics and that's it.
Us too.
And that's why I'm not in a band,
Mm,
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 mm.
you'd be amazing. You'd be amazed. You can make a really good career out of 3 chords.
We're proof.
Yeah, I know all the basic chords. and
Especially you screaming.
You don't like me?
378. 378. Let's go.
Wait,
Wait, maybe
since you
one.
first done it, since all the way over here, it's kind of annoying.
I read tab, not music. I'm sorry, my bad.
That was exactly where I was at though. I can read tabs. I
Yeah.
can't read music.
Hey, it's the same thing. Well, you asked me what note I'm playing on guitar. I don't know. I just know it sounds good.
I know it's on the 7th fret on the top string.
Yeah.
Or the 3rd string down. I don't know.
And we play in like 6 different tunings, so it's like I don't know, man.
I remember what we sang.
What?
We sang also Papa Roach as a family, just once.
We did.
Last,
but
did
nobody
you do
really
last
knew
resort?
No,
I don't remember what song it was though.
it was Scars.
Oh, that's a great song.
Yeah, Scars.
That was a great song.
Good segue. Hi, we're Scars Remain.
Yeah. Man, we've been goofing off so much. We haven't even focused on
Music.
that main topic that I wanted to bring up.
What?
After this question, I'm going to bring it up because I thought this question
What
was,
main topic?
I won't, you'll find out soon. This question I just thought was so clever. I could not bring it up. Bill Blonde says, if they could infiltrate a fortune cookie factory, what message would they slip into the fortunes that would be opened across
yeah,
the
you
world?
told me that one.
That's a very good question.
That's loaded,
I
bro.
like
Oh,
that.
dude, I got mine.
Go ahead. Step up to the mic.
Keep trying.
That's good.
That's good.
It's actually very.
I just saw I just posted it on my Facebook page. It was a video of I believe it was a little girl, I'm not sure, but her dad, he looked like he was in some sort of gi or something, and he had she was trying to do a box jump, and she was just, the tenacity of this little girl was insane, and she finally got it. I'm like, holy crap, this is life right here. And she was so excited when she got it, and to me, that's all it is. That's all. Your career, your life, your personal relationship, same thing. Keep trying.
It's kind of hard to top that, but go ahead.
See what he's got. The sun will always rise. Okay.
Thank you, Kima.
Wise one.
In other words, every day is a new day.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's a good one.
We kind of have, like we say this in the band, kind of, it's kind of cliche, but it's onward and upward. I mean, we just keep trying to keep on pushing, keep on doing the things as best we can. Just, stay positive. Keep, like Jim said, keep trying. It's all in the same kind of light.
I think Andy's going to say what Jim said.
I would say Jim stole mine.
I would infiltrate the fortune cookie factory and put our link tree on there and just have add a QR code. Everybody go and check out Scars Were Made. And also, on a less joking fashion, it costs nothing to be nice.
It's true. Hey, good one.
Absolutely.
Maybe you're sanity.
Those are all values that we push, I don't know if you guys have been on my page, on my personal or even the business page lately and saw everything that happened a couple weeks ago to me personally. But today I posted that my mental health is back in order. As much as it can be, it's still a learning process. I was assaulted a couple weeks ago at a show, and eventually that drugged me down. And that's basically what I said is today's a new day. Every day is a new day. Make the best that you can out of each day. Because if you sit there and wallow in your self-pity, you're not going to go anywhere. You're either going to go down or you're going to stay stagnant. And there's no growth in that.
It's true. You got to realize too that assault's not about you, brother. That's about that other person.
What was that? I'm sorry.
I said you got to realize too that assault that happened to you, that's not about you. That's about the other person.
Absolutely. And I mean, there's so much I could go into it. It still frustrates me. It still makes me upset. But at the end of the day, I'm here. I'm healthy. Well, kind of healthy. I'm not dead.
At the end of the day, you got to come home to your beautiful family, man. That's all you can ask for, at the end of the day. And I think that's a good message and a segue is to, all the men, and this isn't a knock on the women out there that are watching, but, I will say this to the men in our world is stick to it, man. The world and the expectations that are put on us as men may be a bit unfair at times, but, ultimately persevere and look at the things around you and just know that, everything that you approach with gratitude will pay dividends, right? So
Absolutely.
you keep that gratitude mindset, and everything that comes after that is icing on the cake, man. So I'm grateful that you made it out of that, and I'm grateful to see that you are you're kind of coming on the other side of that. You're a good dude, man. I've been following you for a little over a year, and everything that you've done leading up to that, it kind of took me aback to see what happened. And I was just like, man, but you can't fix stupid. You know what I mean? You know, that was what that was. That was stupidity at its finest.
Absolutely. You know, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody, even my worst enemy. But yeah, like like we're saying, at the end of the day, it's about pushing forward and moving forward and making your day better than it was yesterday, and just absolutely, you know, keeping positivity in your life. You know, I dealt with depression a long time ago, and the way I got out of the depression is I had to change my mindset.
Yep.
You know, it was a challenge. You know, we're big advocates for mental health. You know, I've lost a lot of family members, including my parents, to suicide and all kinds of stuff. And, you know, that is something I will always push is your mental health. Even if you don't feel like reaching out, it's important. Reach out, find help, even if you're talk to somebody for 5 minutes, you know.
Yep.
It's the little steps that make the big steps worthwhile.
100%.
Did
And
you just happen to see the
You
video
never
of
forget that.
David Draymond?
I'm sorry.
Did you happen to see the video that was just, I think it was like yesterday, it just
Yesterday,
came out with David Draymond of Disturbed? And he was talking about the same thing about mental illness and stopped the show. And kind of, it was a really candid moment with him. And he brought it up and basically said the same thing. He had the house lights come up and asked everyone who here has either struggled with anxiety, depression, or knows a family member or friend who struggled with it. And I mean, everybody's hand is up. And he basically just said, see, you're not alone. It's everybody.
powerful, man.
Right. Yeah, I bring it up often. Sometimes people are accepting and they comment. Other times people just sit there and stare at me, and it's like either way, I said what I said.
It's worth it.
It is worth it. It is
It is.
100%
That's a
worth
great
it.
way
And
to say
that's
that.
something you need to forget. As a 9-year-old little girl, you're going to go through struggles that I'm going to start tearing. I really am. You're going to go through struggles, and never forget how important you are. And everybody watching, and you guys included, never forget how important you are to everyday society.
Yeah, thanks, man.
And likewise, I mean, and to the audience watching, you never know the littlest action that you make in a day could mean the world. Oh, crap. I think we lost him.
Can you
there we
hear
go.
us?
Got him.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I run off my hotspot because we don't have internet out here.
Yeah,
But
gotcha.
anyway,
I'm doing the same thing off my phone, so I get it.
yeah, but ultimately, you are important. You are going to go through struggles. You are going to have a hard time with life. People are going to do things to you or say things to you that are going to absolutely obliterate your mindset. And they're not going to be true, correct? But you need to focus on yourself. You need to focus on your mental health, and you need to make sure that you're okay. And it's never a cowardice way. You know, you don't ever feel like a coward or feel put down or feel like a loser for reaching out and say, hey, I need to help.
It's okay to not be okay.
It is okay to not be okay. And it's also okay to seek help. Always. Well, we will always be here. If I'm not here, you can always rely on somebody else.
You should have me as a friend too. You can talk to me anytime you need to.
Absolutely.
Spain,
But anyways,
yes, we have a lot of.
we're getting too deep.
Breaking up
sorry.
again. Yeah, you're good.
Oh, you there?
Yeah,
There you are.
It's already been an hour.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, we're relevant.
we deal with a lot of that. Like a lot of our songs are about serious things, and we meet a lot of people and talk to a lot of people about serious mental health issues and just life in general. And like our songs aren't all light and fluffy. They come
They're
from the
heavy.
heart. They come from real experiences, and we'd rather have these kinds of life conversations than talk about what we had for lunch or like small talk. We'd rather have deep conversations like this. We're all pretty deep guys. I think it shows through our music. And we love like this interview. He says it's kind of off the beaten path. But I think this is the best interview we've ever done.
Yeah, it's been a blast. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is awesome.
Well, we appreciate that. Like I said when we started, this is a hangout. We're just hanging out. We're friends. You know, where
We're
we're friends now.
drinking beer.
know
We
each
took this
other
beer. No cap. We were like, all right, we're hanging out. I guess I'm drinking a beer.
really. I got my twisted tea here too.
Cheers,
so.
friend. Cheers. Cheers indeed. Let me say, where to go?
She's
Sam.
drinking water.
That's probably a good call for a 9-year-old, especially online. You do what you want to do behind closed doors, I guess.
Yeah, she won't be drinking any beer as far as I'm concerned, not until she's 90. But
Hey, no, I'm just kidding.
yeah. Well, we are over the hour, but there's absolutely one other topic that we need to bring up that is super important. She says yes, like she knows what it is, but she has no
I
idea.
have no idea.
I
you
want to
don't-
know.
You don't even
I
know?
want to know
Oh, snap.
how excited you guys are.
You guys are.
For Blue Ridge Rock Festival. That is huge.
Woo! Bro, I would jump around if it weren't such in a tight circle right now. Yeah,
Yeah, we're super excited. I don't want to hit my head on the seat.
No, as you can tell, the whole vibe just changed. I will say, as we've been doing this now, we alluded to earlier in this conversation, this is 7 years in, man. And I think it's a testament that if you don't give up anything that you can, anything that you set your mind to, you can do. And, you know, we didn't stop. Everything at a couple of points told us to just stop, man. You know what I mean? And we're all in our 30s. Yeah. Most of us are in our 30s. And, you know, I don't know, man. It just, it feels like a full circle moment. This is something we've been really, really, really working towards for the last couple of years, and to finally see it come to fruition. And I got to get a lot of love out to Jonathan Sly and, you know, the team with Blue Ridge Rock Festival for giving this opportunity. I'm sorry. This is the proudest I've ever been of anything that we've accomplished. And, you know, it's funny that I told him this at practice. You guys probably don't even know this, but we have a show coming up on May 27th that will be our 200th show as a band.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
And so to see this all happen right now, it's a testament, man, to even when things look bleak, don't give up. And, you know, all you can do is keep trying, not your music. And I'm talking to all the musicians that are watching this. If you are, your music's not going to speak to everybody, but, you know, but at the end of the day, if you believe in what you're doing, it will find the right person. It will find the right people. And those right people can help, you know, get you where you want to be. And I got to give a lot of love to Missy and the creative music management team for, you know, getting behind us and really helping with this push to get us on this festival. All the bands, the Charlotte music scene, everybody who's been a part of it until now, man.
7 years. A lot of people think it's 7 years. You know?
Yeah. You know, they say that, you know, as a band, you really don't start to catch steam until year 6 anyway, right? So to see it really start to come into fruition is special. So
Absolutely. Yeah, this is definitely a huge opportunity. You're going to be in front of so many people. It's insane. I wish I could.
1,000?
How
yeah.
big is Blue Ridge? It's 3,000 or 4,000 people typically, right?
That last year they cleared 123,000 people through the gate.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The whole thing, yeah, massive.
Much bigger than I expected.
Like that, we're
But don't get it twisted. We're not playing for all 123,000 of those people.
No.
But-
Do you know what stage you guys are going to be on?
We're actually on the pre-party Wednesday night for all the camping. So we get to play.
Sure.
It's still a full size
Right,
stage.
huge,
It's
yeah.
basically that stage we played on the party out back.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the same stage that we're playing on. But Jonathan had told us that last year's pre-party had nearly 8,000 people in attendance at that point. So
we get to play with some people we played with before, and Tantric
Tantric,
and Non-Point.
Non-Point, Moto Grader. That's a
Never played with
reunion
them.
show. That's a reunion show.
You just say Moto Grader?
Yeah.
Can't wait to hear it. This should be really cool.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I didn't know they were still around.
That's a
I
reunion
haven't
show.
heard
This is
Moto
the
Grader
first show.
since
Right.
well, yeah, high school. But I haven't
Yeah,
heard
right?
Moto Grader since what's his name was in the band. Five Finger Death Punch.
This is a guy freaking from Five Flavor Fruit Punch.
Ivan
Five
Moody.
Finger Death Punch. Flavor fruit, I don't know.
What is his name?
Five favorite flavor
Rudy?
fruit punch?
Yes. Thank you.
Five flavor fruit punch?
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, Ivan Movie was in Moto Grader back in the day.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's their
And,
first show. And I think they said it was first show in 18 years. It's a reunion show for the pre-party. And we have the pleasure of playing right before them. So it's going to be nuts.
That's crazy.
It's going to be crazy. It's going to be
For 2
crazy.
hours, you know how long 2 hours is?
Yes.
You're supposed to be in bed like in 20 minutes.
I go to bed.
Yeah, that's in 20 minutes. No, you go to bed at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
She's
You're
true.
9 o'clock bedtime, girl? Come on.
She
All
got
right.
school.
Nah, I get it.
You should have a pretty good night though.
Yeah.
Said, like,
We got one
I don't
more.
even want to practice. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So the last thing we're gonna do, this is one of our favorite things to do. We want you guys to do a little self-promotion, promote yourself, just like that. We want to know how bugs.
yeah, I just found a bug on.
Take a shower more often. You won't have bugs on you. Anyways, self-promotion. We want to know how people can get a hold of you if they need to get a hold of you. We want to know what shows you got coming up, any new music coming out. We want you to promote the crap out of yourselves and just give us all the details on you guys.
This is a great opportunity for pop quiz my band. When's our next show?
May 27th.
Where's it at?
The Rooster, Gastonia, North Carolina.
Who's it
for
with?
Michael's birthday. You asked
I
me
didn't
a
see that.
lot. Dove Cage?
No.
Oh, damn.
Antigone. Minus 23.
I got that wrong.
2. Minus 22.
Yes.
Sorry. I'm sorry about that. I always mess their name
I
up.
just said 13. I cannot get 13 out of my head.
Interior design and Strike the Tower. Then we're going to follow that up. We're headed to Ant Fest in Whiteville, Virginia. And then that is then we come back for this really cool event that we're pulling off for Mike. I'm sorry, I got then they're calling it the first annual Rooster Olympics. It's 12 bands, 2 stages. It's an all-day festival, food trucks, like drinking games, all kinds of stuff. And then we coming back.
Is that the
on-
June 27th show?
That's it. Yep. And then we have our first headline show of the year. It's a hometown throwdown with our homies in Forever May Fall, and one of our favorites. And to begin anew, they're out of Jacksonville, North Carolina, at Amos' South End. And then after that, we had the Blue Ridge Rock Festival. So that's our short-term concert calendar, and I'm sure more is to be announced later in the year. New music coming in June.
New music in June.
New video in June. And then pretty much you can expect new music from us after that June release for pretty much every 6 to 8 weeks afterwards.
And you can
That's
find
awesome.
that basically
Make sure
anywhere.
you
Our YouTube is Scars Remain at Scars Remain NC.
That's all socials.
Yeah, it's all social, so they're all the same. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram at Scars Remain NC. Is that and Spotify? You just type in Scars Remain, we should pop up.
Yeah, we'll be the
You'll
first
find
result.
us. So
We're not the Disciple band that
No.
has a song called Scars Remain. Although that song is dope.
Yeah.
That's not
Disciple. I used to
Trust
listen
us.
to a lot of Disciple. They're a Christian band back in the day.
Yeah, listen to our lyrics and tell me we're not a Christian band. We might be a little bit.
I'm not saying we're
I'm not saying we are. I'm not saying we're not.
You're a positive, progressive, like
Yeah.
positive band. Yeah, for sure. Well, anyways, I feel like there was one other thing I was gonna say.
And for everybody watching, make sure that you are following Ghost Media Entertainment on all platforms. What these guys are doing for the music scene across the nation is incredible, and we appreciate you, bro.
We appreciate you guys too. Thank you so much. Oh, I was gonna say, make sure you continue. I know I may not acknowledge everything you tag us in, or even like or share or comment, because I'm kind of a loser like that. But I do see everything that you guys tag us in. So keep doing that. We'll make sure to share. Private message me any new releases and show flyers and whatever, and we're going to try to help push that as well. If I don't get to it, I apologize. I am extremely ADHD. People send me stuff, and then 2 weeks later, they're like, "Why didn't you share it?" And I'd be like, "Oh my God, I forgot." You know. So
Yeah, but that mindset won't get you very far, man. You do this out of the goodness of your heart, and if somebody's expecting that of you, that's a problem in and of itself.
Right. I understand if they were giving me money, but I don't, I want to. Like, I
You're a family
could.
man first and foremost, bro. You take care of that beautiful family you got at home, and at the end of the day, everything that you're adding on top of that, yeah, it's all icing on the cake.
I appreciate that.
I will remind you about the family thing.
What family thing?
The family thing.
That you exist?
The family thing.
Okay. But,
That's a good send off to say it's been a blast, bro. It's been a blast. Seriously.
Nice meeting you, Zelda. Me lady.
nice meeting you.
Nice
We did
meeting
you too, my lady.
you.
We appreciate you guys. It's been a pleasure hanging out.
And she got one. We were supposed to be on her show
Oh,
tonight.
that's right.
Dad hijacked
Yeah.
the interview.
Next time we'll be on.
No,
I
just
did
kidding.
hijack. I did. When words, my
What?
brain.
Next
Yeah.
Yeah.
time, we will see you on Zelda's World of Music.
What she said.
She's got it.
Bye.
But
Much love,
you guys
buddy.
take care.
Y'all soon.
Thanks
Thank
for
you so
everything.
much.
Bye.
Bye.